Wait, don't dislike the video just yet. The title is a tiny bit of clickbait, okay? Okay. I do defend Pokimane a lot in this video, but I also criticize her when I believe she has actually done something wrong. I just personally feel that a lot of the hate that Pokimane receives is either misguided or just completely ridiculous, and I want to lay it all out in a coherent video for everyone. And I also know that I have to say this, but I'm not like a avid Pokimane fan or viewer. I barely ever watch any of her content. I've never donated or subscribed to her. I've really never donated or subscribed to any streamer. I'm just someone who believes she gets a lot of unwarranted and unnecessary hate, and want to talk about it. Yeah. Also, I gotta make a couple things clear. I'm assuming that you at least know who Pokimane is and a little bit about her drama, starting all the way back from the Boblax incident to more recently with the It's a Gundam situation. Also, I'm going to be talking about a couple videos that content creators have made on Pokimane. Now, in order to keep my video at a reasonable length, I can't talk about every single point that each creator makes in their video. So if any of the creators are somehow watching this and feel that I have misrepresented or left out arguments or points that you think are valid, I'm more than willing to talk or debate with anyone. So if you guys ever want to hit me up or whatever, I'm down. And lastly, I just want to define a couple terms for you, those being thought and Twitch thought. A thought is defined as a woman considered to be sexually proactive or promiscuous, and is usually used as a derogatory term towards women. Now, obviously a Twitch thought is just a thought who streams on Twitch. Okay, now that we got all of that out of the way, let's get into it. I want to start off by reviewing the video that inspired me to make this one. It was posted by a creator called Diesel Patches, who is essentially just a Leafy clone at this point. Diesel Patches' video pretty much sums up a lot of the problems I have with most of these Pokimane criticism videos. His points are made under the guise of, well, it's just my opinion, completely ignoring the fact that he has massive influence. He also claims things as fact without providing any proof, and pretty much just does zero research whatsoever, so I thought I'd do it for him.
Pookie Menstrual Cramps' content is very similar to Sniper Wolf's and Azzyland's. All three of them are aware that because they are attractive enough, they don't really need to try. I mean, holy shit, I put more effort into my content than they do, and I only use iMovie as my editing software.
I just find this funny because he doesn't even render his videos in 1080p, which is like the bare minimum amount of effort that a content creator can put into their videos, especially one of his size. Anyways, let's keep going.
Much like commentators, she will use other content to make her own content, but the problem is she doesn't add anything new to the other content. It's just essentially her looking cute in front of the camera. I tuned into one of her streams, and the first 20 minutes is just her trying to adjust the quality of the live stream.
Stop! I still feel like it's really, really sharp.
And then out of nowhere it just ends after she gives up. I just don't see how fiddling with a camera for 20 minutes is considered content.
Maybe this is too much to ask. But maybe if you just read the title of the stream, you would see that it says she's testing a new camera. So it would make sense if she was fiddling around with a camera that she was trying out for the first time, wouldn't it? Oh, so you could have very easily just gone to Twitch statistics and seen that, yeah, she streamed for 15 minutes, ended her stream, and then 20 minutes later started her stream up again where she went on to stream for 5 hours. So, doesn't really seem like a lack of content there.
I really like Hot Dog Man because I'm kind of hungry. Wait, are they gonna let us do stuff like this? There's no way they would show this for this long without letting us do it, right?
I haven't laughed yet, and I don't see how this is transformative content. I don't know, maybe the video picks up later on.
Dude, she's literally reacting to the new season of Fortnite. What she's watching is essentially a cutscene in a video game. Why are you acting like it was made by an independent creator? What are you talking about transformative content? She's literally playing a video game. What? What are you talking about? This is just hating on her for no reason. Okay.
It's giving me Game of Thrones vibes, that's what it is.
Literally, no one from the show looks like that. This just seems like a poor attempt of you trying to convince your fan base you're into nerdy shit. You know, because I'm not like the other girls.
The lengths at which people will go to hate her is insane to me. Also, the character she's talking about is a knight. And Game of Thrones takes place in the Middle Ages when there were knights. So, yeah, that's probably why it reminded her of Game of Thrones. Also, Game of Thrones is so mainstream. What are you talking about? It's like the most mainstream show out there.
She portrays herself as a cute, bubbly girl so no one can talk shit about her content, because she's just so innocent. Well, not really. Pokimane is a massive hypocrite. A YouTuber named Bo Blacks made a video talking about the Twitter drama between Keemstar and Pokimane. It involved Keemstar insulting one of her fans or whatever. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that Pokimane wants people to think she's drama-free, so she did the rational thing and issued a copyright claim on Bo Blacks' video, which is a real shitty thing to do, but what really bugs me about this situation is that she had this to say.
Edit videos and actually put effort into it and make it more entertaining for the viewer. Like if you do a bunch of Fortnite streamers react to something and you
time like to find
put
the
it together.
popular clips and trending clips and then like edit it. And...
Wow, I'm so sorry that it takes you a lot of time to steal other people's content. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, no.
And put it together. I'm so sorry that it takes you so much time to go to the top clips on Fortnite and then just right click and save all of them as, and then just like put them all into Premiere and then just like export it. I'm so sorry.
Majority of her content are lazy reaction videos with zero fucking effort.
Okay, for sure. How she handled the Bo Black situation and issuing a copyright strike on his channel was 100% wrong, and she deserved to be criticized for that. I 100% agree with that. However, she has since apologized for that, and her and Bo Blacks were on pretty good terms for a while. But what I really want to talk about is the claim that the majority of her content is just lazy reaction videos, because that's just statistically not true. If you go to Twitch metrics and look at Poki's most recent streams, you can find that majority of her streams are playing video games. Yeah, she usually starts off streaming just chatting for around an hour or so, and then transitions into video games that she plays for the majority of her stream. So this claim is just an erroneous assumption. And what I don't understand is why no one ever brings up the fact that so many other streamers do this as well. If you want to just look at it statistically, XQC streams more hours of just chatting than Pokimane does. And a lot of his content isn't transformative in nature. I can give you an example right here. Go watch this video and see if it's transformative in any way, because it really isn't. Now, I'm not trying to hate on XQC at all. I enjoy his content and I like him as a person. I'm just showing that there is clearly a double standard here. I just want to quickly touch on the Davsev situation for a second. Now, those of you who don't know who Davsev is, he's the creator that Pokimane was talking to in the clip that we just watched. And pretty much she was lecturing him on why she would copyright strike his videos because he was stealing her content. So I disagreed with most people when it came to the situation, but apparently so did Kavos, the commentary YouTuber. So I'll just let him explain my reasoning.
They're saying it's really ironic because sometimes when Pokimane is streaming to fill some airtime, she'll react to other people's content on stream.
PC games when I was like 13, yikes. I should not have known what that meant at 13.
I saw this video and I could tell a lot of these clips, they've been cut. Context is not there at all. So I decided I'll hit up Pokimane and just ask her for her side of the story. And here is what she had to say. I'm happy to elaborate on my side of the story. The clip that they used about me talking to someone about taking their videos down is a guy who uses my clips and other streamers, sticks them together and throws really bad clickbait/lies on them to get people to click them. It's not transformative content. I'm well aware of what transformative content is, and I take it down because it's within my right to do so. And I do it because if I leave it up, it's harmful to my brand. Everything Pokimane is saying right there is absolutely fine. I think she's well within her rights. If someone's re-uploading her content onto their channel getting views, if you want to copyright it, if you want to get monetization off it, that is fine. So she took down videos from this guy's channel, and I wanted to know examples of videos she's taken down just so you guys can get a clear view of why she's taking down these videos. That's her content anyway, but it's making her look bad. She sent me a thumbnail one of the guys made called Pokimane Reacts to KSI On Point, but in the thumbnail, she has a picture of a girl's booty, which isn't even hers, not even her booty, and the title and the captions, I can twerk on this.
Yeah, so the videos she was threatening to take down were ones in which this guy was using her body to clickbait and mislead people, which is pretty disturbing as he was very clearly over-sexualizing her without her consent. Some might even see this as sexual harassment in a way. She was clearly well within her right to take down the video. And I believe there's a huge difference here than just watching someone else's content on stream.
People watch her because she's attractive. She knows it and she plays that shit up. And listen, I don't have a problem with someone simply being attractive in order to gain views and money, but at least be honest about it. Pokimane thinks that she has all these followers because she's entertaining. You're an attractive girl playing video games and you don't make people laugh. Gee, I wonder why people watch you.
The argument that people only watch Pokimane because she's an attractive female streamer is an extremely ignorant way of looking at her success. She's pretty good at most video games that she plays, has literally won Twitch rival events before, and in 2018, won Streamer of the Year at the Shorty Awards. So to limit her to just an attractive streamer that provides no content whatsoever is ridiculous.
But despite all this, she still posts pictures of herself that are supposed to be quote-unquote ugly. Here are some no-makeup selfies, but from regular/cute angles, and with natural lighting. No one looks good 24/7, and a lot of different things can affect someone's appearance. We're all only human, so let's be kind to one another. I think my favorite part of that whole tweet is her stating that no one looks good 24/7, but she still appears attractive in these pictures.
Ooh, Diesel, you think Pokimane's attractive without makeup on? Sounds like someone's got a little crush on Pokimane. What a simp.
Recently, Pokimane made some pretty idiotic tweets. In this industry, a girl fucks up? What a fake bitch. Such a worthless piece of shit. Also, go die in a hole. A guy fucks up? OMG King, don't worry, everyone makes mistakes. We know you have a good heart and we will be here for you forever. Not only is this not true in any shape or form, but the fact that she's complaining about her position in any way just shows how much of an entitled brat she is. If Twitch were to take your income, which would never happen, then I would understand why you would complain. You're upset about how some people perceive you? Is that really an issue worth complaining about? And like I said, this isn't even true. I would even argue that male streamers have it harder on Twitch because the staff favors women. Sorry, attractive women.
Oh my god, not this super controversial tweet. Dude, you're arguing against a point that she never made. She's not talking about Twitch and the staff that work there. She's talking about the community. What she's referring to is when a female and a male streamer mess up for very similar things, the male streamer is often let off the hook, while the female streamer is often attacked and hated on because she wasn't banned or something like that, as if that's her fault. That's what she's talking about when she tweets this, specifically because a situation like that happened to her pretty recently.
You live a pretty comfortable life. I don't even know why you're complaining about this because clearly it has not affected you. You're making thousands sitting on your fat ass doing nothing. Why should I care about a small group of people not wanting to watch you because you make one mistake?
Just because she makes a lot of money doesn't mean her points are invalid. Also, what does money have to do with the state of your mental health? The fact that a large portion of the community hates on her on a daily basis is bound to affect her mental health, and no amount of money is going to stop that.
It sucks because I can understand why guys have an easier time relating to guys and girls to girls. So if a community is male dominated, there's bound to be biases. Well, you better count yourself lucky that the industry is male dominated because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have a fucking audience.
Yeah, and neither would anyone else. 80% of Twitch viewers are men.
Also, she provides no examples. I can think of one. Dr. Disrespect. Yes, he lost his platform recently, but after he cheated on his wife, he still had an audience. The issue with this argument, though, is that she doesn't provide an example of how this privilege doesn't apply to women as well. Alinity f***ing Chris Browns her cats, and people still watch her. She's also admitted to marrying a guy just for a green card and then divorcing his ass later on. By your logic, she shouldn't have an audience anymore.
Dude, the perfect example of this is Alinity, when she accidentally flashed her stream and was not banned right away for it. Now guys, I know there's some controversy or some debate as to whether it was an accident or on purpose, but since we can't know for sure, let's just give her the benefit of the doubt in this situation. Alinity received a ton of hate on Twitter as if she had the power to ban herself. She even came out and asked Twitch to ban her because she knew that under their guidelines, she should have been banned. And she also probably wanted all of this hate towards her to stop. Now, of course, Twitch has a history of being very inconsistent and selective with their bans, and that's 100% a problem, but that's not Alinity's fault. This is the perfect situation for what Pokimane is talking about, because if a man were to do this, and they would probably most likely be banned, but they would be supported by the community. Whereas Alinity does it, should be banned, isn't, but then is vilified by the community.
Big E-girl, she does a good job at covering it. She mastered the opposite of titty streaming by pretending to not show her butt every time. Dude!
I have a hard time believing you're this oblivious.
What kind of backwards ass logic is this? So either she wears extremely promiscuous clothing and is therefore labeled a thought, again, a derogatory term that she does not want to be called, or she wears clothes that cover up her body, but when she does that, her intent is to just bring more attention to her body and is therefore a thought. How does she get out of this situation? She just can't win. There's no way for her to improve or better herself with this sort of logic, because either way, she's a thought.
You're pretending to be surprised because you don't want people to believe that your audience just watches you for eye candy. You don't have a personality, so I don't know why you're so shocked about these comments.
What's your personality? Just being an incel? Just because you don't like who she is doesn't mean she doesn't have a personality. It's just your opinion. I know, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. And for this guy's main argument to essentially be, oh, you're attractive, that's the only reason why you're successful, stop complaining about everything, only adds to the hate, which is often disguised as criticism, that she receives on a daily basis. All right, now that we finished that masterpiece, let's move on to the next video we're going to talk about, which is titled Why People Hate Pokimane. And I can only describe this video as misogyny masked as criticism. This one clip right here pretty much sums up the argument that this guy is trying to make.
This doesn't explain why you have to use all sorts of tricks to hide your body from the camera while you're streaming. I mean, pick a side. If you really don't want to be called a thought and be sexualized, you should avoid showing any skin on camera. If you want to show off your body, do it proudly. There's no need to be defensive about it.
This is the same logic people use when victim blaming survivors of the 4-letter R word. Oh yeah, that happened to you? Well, what were you wearing? Must have been what you were wearing. He basically said, don't show any skin if you don't want to be labeled a thought. What is she, Amish? What, if she shows her ankles, now she's a whore? Like, the only reason why I'm showing this video is because this guy has a smaller channel than I do, yet he somehow managed to get almost 300,000 views and over 7,000 likes on this video. This is literally evidence to show just how crazy people are when it comes to their hatred or their criticism towards Pokimane. Okay, everyone, it's time. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're finally going to talk about the It's a Gundam situation. I do want to say, I don't agree with how she handled the situation. I don't think she should have went after his sponsors, and I don't think she should have sent her fans to go hate on the video or hate on the guy or whatever, you know, telling them to dislike and leave comments or whatever. I do not agree with that, and I believe she should be criticized for that. Right before we start the video, I just want to make one thing very clear. It's a Gundam's video on Pokimane wasn't a criticism video. I mean, I guess you could argue that when he talks about her TikTok, it's him criticizing her, but it wasn't very constructive. The purpose of the video was him essentially just making fun of people on Twitter, which is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. But I see people talking about how this is a criticism video when it's really not. So, it's glad we cleared that up.
A YouTuber by the name of It's a Gundam made a video about Pokimane and her fanbase, titled Simp Willingly Goes Homeless for Pokimane, in which she looks at tweets from Pokimane simps who are giving her ridiculous sums of money and claiming that they don't even have enough money for rent, but as long as they can donate to Pokimane, it's fine.
Here we have this gentleman right here. I'm kind of short on savings, but I'll definitely get 500 to drop this week, laughing my ass off. Hope she sees this and knows I love and miss her. XD.
Well, the only problem is that this simp was actually joking on Twitter, and this never actually happened. And we'll get into why this is important later on.
What is the point you're making here?
Like, no company should do that just about ever. Oh, is this a video where some random dude behind a VR machine calls a girl a thought for 20 minutes? Really want to put my logo on that one. Ha ha.
It sounds like you're trying to say that all commentary videos / critique videos shouldn't be sponsored by brands. How could they ever sponsor such shenanigans? So you hate commentary videos.
Now, Kavos is purposely misrepresenting what she said here. Pokimane never said that she hates commentary videos and doesn't believe that any of them should be sponsored. The argument she was making was that she doesn't believe videos should be sponsored when they are attacking women. Now, do I believe It's a Gundam's video was attacking women? No. Do I agree with Pokimane? No. That's fine. You don't have to agree with her argument, but don't create a straw man to argue a point that she never made because it fits your narrative or something like that. Okay? Don't do that.
Clearly, Gundam needs these brands because in his pinned comment he says how sponsors love him in ways Susan and YouTube cannot. So these brand deals are a key source of his income, but thanks to her whinging like a spoiled little brat, Gundam actually lost a big sponsor as a result of this.
And the sad thing is, I didn't walk away from this unscathed. I had a sponsorship kind of lined up with like a big video game company. Let's just say they're big enough that E3, they had their own press conference and special presentations. Yeah, that kind of went. So I hope you're happy, folks.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this brand deal It's a Gundam claims he lost. When I was watching his video, I kind of found it weird because he never actually said the reason why he lost the brand deal. He just said that he lost it, which was strange to me because if he knew, and especially because if it was Pokimane, he would definitely bring that up in the video. So I went back to his previous video on Pokimane and rewatched it and found something kind of interesting because he says this.
She's rich, you retard.
I don't have a problem with people using this word. I really don't care. But you can't argue that it's not very brand friendly. There are a lot of people that find this word extremely offensive and hurtful, and people have lost sponsorships and brand deals for a lot less than using this word. He describes this company as very big and mainstream within the gaming industry. So they're most likely not going to be okay with associating with someone who uses this word so freely. Now, I'm not saying that this is the reason why he lost his sponsorship or his brand deal. We don't know. He wasn't very clear. And I think it is something to consider because it definitely could be a possibility. Now, if he comes out and proves me wrong, well, then I'm wrong. I don't really care. I'm just saying this is something that should definitely be taken into consideration until we know for sure.
Crux of Gundam's video, really, was Pokimane fans or Sims who donate big amounts of money, yet she claims it's just him calling her a thought for 20 minutes.
Obviously, It's a Gundam made a comedic video that wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. However, Pokimane is often vilified by the community who blame her for exploiting and manipulating lonely and vulnerable men, which just isn't true. There are definitely female streamers who do this. Examples being Invader E, or I don't know what her name is, and Bad Bunny, who are clearly trying to manipulate their audience into donating to them and trying to shame them into donating to them, and it was really messed up. But Pokimane doesn't do that. The perfect example of this ridiculous argument is shown in this tweet right here, where this guy responds to Pokimane by saying, "Respectfully, the way in which you exploit lonely men for donation money is predatory in nature, and I think you should be limiting what you accept from them. They are getting the same rush one gets from gambling addiction by donating. Gambling addiction is bad. So is dono addiction." All right, there's a couple things that I want to address with this tweet. First of all, this is a false equivalency. Gambling and donating are two very different things. The whole point of gambling is you don't know what the outcome is going to be, and you can either win or lose. When you donate, you know exactly what you are getting with your money, and you know exactly what your money is going towards. Second of all, how is it Pokimane's fault in any way if people are irresponsible with their money? People are allowed to use or spend their money however they fucking choose to. Why is that her fault? She doesn't condone people donating to her if they can't afford it. She doesn't, try to exploit or manipulate her followers in any way. You're just blaming her for other people being irresponsible with their money. It's not fair. And the last thing I want to talk about with regards to this tweet, and I think it's the most important thing, so let's pay attention here, is that I'm pretty sure donation addiction isn't a thing or hasn't really been studied that much. In order for you to say that donation addiction is the same or if not similar to gambling addiction, there has to be peer-reviewed scientific data and research to back that claim. You can't just say this because you feel like it would be. That's not how things work. Unless young Slippery over here is somehow a scientist or an academic, I don't think he can just be making these claims because he thinks they would be similar. And this tweet got almost 300 likes, and this guy only has like 200 followers. There's clearly people who believe what he's saying. On top of that, Dexerto, a massive news outlet within the gaming industry, wrote an article on this tweet further legitimizing these false claims. That's just irresponsible. And this is where we tie the video back to the It's a Gundam situation. Although It's a Gundam was obviously just trying to make jokes, he indirectly perpetuated the narrative that Pokimane is exploiting and manipulating these lonely men for all of their money, which is just simply not true, yet so many people believe it. You can start to understand why she had such a negative reaction to the video. It directly affects her viewership, her brand, and probably most importantly, herself and her mental health, as it enables this hate mob to continually harass Pokimane on a daily basis. Again, I'm not saying I agree with what she said or what she did, but I can understand how she felt that way, given how the community has treated her and has accused her of some pretty crazy shit over the last few years.
Oh, is this a video where some random dude behind a VR machine calls a girl a thought for 20 minutes?
Why does it offend you so much to know who's paying your bills? Do you not know your demographic or something? I think you have the most thick twerk compilations out of any influencer, YouTuber, or Twitch streamer I've ever seen.
Am I the only person who finds this extremely disturbing and in a way sexual harassment? I mean, imagine if you were working at a company and you videotaped a coworker get up and walk to the bathroom, specifically zooming in on, you know, her butt or whatever, and then sent it to the entire company. You would be fired for sexual harassment. Now, obviously, these people aren't employed and it's over the internet, but it's very similar and it's really weird. She's also talked about how all of this makes her extremely uncomfortable.
It's like a little annoying when like I get up and the whole chat spams it because it's like there's other things to actually, not only is it kind of bothersome because like there's other things to say or talk about or whatever, but it's mostly because it's very hard to explain to your average Twitch viewer what it's like to have an audience that is literally like just looking at you, and not only that, but then commenting on your body, you know? So like if I get up and then all I see is like comments on my body, like it just makes you feel like, you know?
She has literally talked about how uncomfortable all of this makes her feel, and you're essentially supporting these people who are over-sexualizing her. And it's kind of fucked up.
And this isn't the first time Pokimane has made some idiotic statements regarding content on her, or tried to take action against content criticizing her. Remember when she was falsely copyright striking videos and getting them taken down just because it was drama involving her? And this was her piss poor excuse for it.
If you edit videos and actually put effort into it and make it more entertaining for the viewer, like if you do a bunch of Fortnite streamers react to something and you
time like to find
put it
the
together,
popular clips and trending clips, and then like edit it and like give credits to the other YouTubers and streamers.
wow, I'm so sorry that it takes you a lot of time to steal other people's content. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, wait, exactly what you do on stream. Just watch videos with barely any entertaining output.
Bro, I had a dream that I was fighting last night, actually. And I remember my boy, like, went in, straight right swing, hit someone with a right hand, right swing, knocked him out, nearly knocked him out. He's like, yo, stop fighting. And then I wanted
to... Wait a second. Didn't you defend her for this exact same thing 2 years ago, while also saying that people were taking clips of her out of context? But you're now showing out of context clips in the exact same way you criticized other people for doing 2 years ago. Honestly, Kavos, I'm a subscriber of yours and I enjoy most of your content, but I really do expect more from you. You have to hold yourself to the same standards that you have set for others. And this really does show that there are so many people who have hopped onto the Pokimane hate train because it's very easy to get views from these types of videos. I'm not some guy who preaches positivity. I don't really care about that. What I am trying to say here is I think we should set the standard of the bar a little bit higher than what it's at now. The standard shouldn't be if you show any skin, you're automatically a Twitch thought. or that if you receive donations from male viewers, you're automatically exploiting or manipulating them. Twitch and its community can become so much better when it is more diverse. And I think we should promote inclusivity rather than just pure unwarranted hate. Pokimane is a female who watches animes, who loves playing video games, who went to the engineering program at McMaster University, which is one of the top universities in Canada. By all accounts, she is a nerd, and she is probably what so many people want in this industry. Yet because she is attractive, so many people have just reduced her to a Twitch thought. And I just don't agree, and I think it's wrong. Anyways, that's gonna be it for my video. If you guys think I'm a pokey simp, make sure to smash that like button. If you guys don't think I'm a pokey simp, make sure to smash that like button. And subscribe with notifications turned on. I would say comment down below, but I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of constructive criticism in the comments section, so that's gonna be so much fun. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Peace.